In a small, quiet town lived a girl named Heather. Her heart was as open as a spring meadow, always ready to lend a helping hand, always ready to do what was right. Welcome back again to Jack and Wealth. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. My parents had raised me to believe that kindness and integrity were the core of a good life, and I carried those principles into everything I did. And I worked hard. I worked hard at school. I helped my neighbors and took care of my younger siblings with patience and love. But lately, for some reasons, I, Heather, had started to notice that things seems to be going wrong one after the other. Like, I don't understand anymore. And I tried to push forward, staying diligent in my studies and helping my friends. But it felt like life was pushing back even harder. And whenever I tried to take a step forward, something would happen to drag me two steps backward. And I kept wondering what's really happening. Even at school, I always tried to be the voice of a reason, a friend who would stand by others. But it seems as though my kindness was taken for my weakness. My classmates, who I thought were my friends, started taking advantage of me. They did ask me for help on their homework, only to ignore me when I needed a hand in return. So one day, I overheard some of them laughing about how naive I was to believe in doing the right thing always. My heart felt heavy, but I brushed it off, determined to stay true to myself. I told myself that my kindness was my strength. Even if others couldn't see it, I pushed on, even though each day felt like climbing a steeper hill. But life kept testing me. One evening, after returning and helping my neighbor with some yard work, I returned home to find my father's old car, a car my dad had been saving up to, had broken down completely. It was so bad, and it was a rough blow to me. Because I, Heather, knew my family couldn't afford a new car, and it made getting to my part time job that much harder. But despite my frustrations, I smiled and assured my parents that things would work out. But deep down, though I was starting to feel as if the world had something against me. As weeks passed, and the weight on my shoulder grew even more heavier, no matter how much I tried to help my family, to be there for my friends, and to stay strong, life seems to find its way to hurt me. The world felt colder, and my spirit, once full of warmth, began to dim. Ewo Chineke, amara gezuworo mo. One rainy afternoon, I found myself alone in a town park. I sat on a bench, sitting out there at the mist that hung over the trees, feeling like a stranger in my own life. Why is life so hard? I whispered, the words swallowed by the empty, silent park. Why does life hurt more the more I try? And as I sat there, I saw a little bird float down to my feet, quivering its tiny wings, because it was all roughed, and I looked at it like it had been caught up in the storm. Without a second thought, I reached down, cupped my hands gently around the bed, sheltering it from the rain. I held it close, feeling the fragile heartbeat beneath the wet feathers as it stayed with it until the rain stopped, then watched it as it gathered its strength and flew off. So as I watched the bird take flight, a quiet realization boomed in my heart. Maybe life was hard. Maybe it didn't always make sense. And maybe it hurt more than it should. But perhaps my kindness wasn't meant to be a tool to gain something or to shield myself from pain. Perhaps it was simply a part of who I was, my way of showing the world that even in the midst of hardship, there could still be the small acts of grace, the small acts of love. In that moment, I held her, stood up, feeling the weight of my shoulder light just a little bit. Life might still be hard, it might still push back, but I realized that my kindness wasn't for anyone else to take advantage of me or for life to tear me down. It is a representation of my strength. It was my gift, my quiet strength, and as long as I held on to it, no hardship could ever take that away from me. With a renewed heart, I headed home, determined to keep pushing forward, not because life would be easy, but because my spirit was stronger than any storm that would come my way. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Jack&wealth. Please don't forget to